This is for a flight in June from Kagel and Sylmar. It was very windy in the beginning of the day, and everybody's doing three-man wire crew launches. As you can see, the guy in front of me had a three-man crew. But now it's really late. This is about 4:30. So the wind's been dying down quite a bit.
Okay, 1 second here. I'm hooked in. How bad is it out there? No, just wires.
I'm huffing and puffing here from carrying the glider up to launch. It's just from these videos, it's amazing how much I get winded moving the glider around when I have to carry it.
Clear on the wires? Clear.
Uneventful start to the flight. There's a couple people in the air who've launched before me, and everybody's scratching for lift because it's kind of late in the day. Early in the day they were getting over 5,000, and in my flight I think I flew for like an hour and a half. In this one I barely got to 4,000 a couple times. Kind of cardio recovering from carrying the glider to the top. As the flight goes on, I get lower and lower respiratory rates.
I think I pressed it. That should have been press number 2. I'm at 4,200, just hanging out in front of Kagel. It's choppy. Got the harness zipped up. Heading across. Whoa, that's something. Partially zipped up, I should say.
Yeah, I just said partially because I still don't have it zipped up. Something that is more difficult for me than I think than other folks. Still try to perfect that technique.
Okay, VG on, I'm on my way. Minor sink. Really good glide. This could be a good day. A little more VG, a little more speed. That was just an unbelievable glide. Still 4,000 feet.
There's certain areas that are known for better lift and certain areas that are known for sink. And back in the air, a lot of times there's pretty good sink. So you lose a bit of altitude to getting to the next mountaintop. But it was a good day in the sense that it was buoyant in some of the sinky spots. And generally there's a thermal over here somewhere. This is over near Towers Launch, actually probably sort of over Locals Point. And if there's something good here, I'll take it, but if I'm high enough and things are going good, I'll just keep going beyond it, go to the next thermal trigger. And here I'm getting to the next likely spot for thermal. This is what we call the Scooter's Ridge. And up this Firebreak Road, all up and down it.
Where is it?
Tends to kick off thermals in there. I said, where is it? I'm waiting for something I want to turn in. I hit a bump before, but it didn't feel good enough to turn. Boom, I just felt something on my left wingtip there. So I'm going to get around and try to get in that and chase it up. And it's light, so turning tight doesn't pay off too much because the thermals are really light, and if you turn too tight you kind of slip down the middle of them. This, I turned the sound off for it, but I get locked out right here. I'm trying to go left in front of this mountain and I'm locked out. Glider wants to turn to the right and I don't want it to. So there I give up and I go, okay, let's turn to the right in front of the mountain face, which is closer than it looks on the wide angle camera. So now I'm in this rowdy thermal going around to the right, figuring, okay, that'll be my turn direction. And as I get towards the mountain again, I get blasted with something on my other tip, or I fall out the other side of it. And now I'm doing everything I can to continue the turn to the right, but the glider's turned to the left. So again, I have no choice but to go with it. but like a punished dog here, I've got my tail between my legs and I'm just flying out of there. It's too late in the day, and I'm not really doing much short flight to mess around with a really rough thermal. I'm pretty confident I can go find some more mellow lift.
Comes a jet.
And there's frequently some jets that fly kind of through the area we fly in. I'm not real high today. I'm actually...
Okay, I just pressed another marker. Here comes a jet. I think he's coming through the hole.
I'm lower than I normally am here, so... or normal than a good day. So not really mixing up with jets, but they still come pretty close over. And it's always... it's neat to see them while you're also flying an 80-pound glider compared to seeing these, multi-ton jets come in. I can never get it with a camera the way I have it because I don't have it movable. So I'd have to be pointed right at the jet to get it. And it was tough in this one because I didn't want to slip out of the thermal too bad, but I was trying to keep myself pointed.
Jet.
Reminds me of the old fighter days when I think they shot directly in front of their aircraft, so they had to point at their target. There's another one. Again, not contentious for flight paths, but close enough that it's fun to watch. And you actually notice in the video a lot of times I talk about pressing a marker. I was trying to set up my voice recorder so I could press temporary mark points, which would tell me which part of the video to look at and which parts to ignore if I did any post-processing. And it actually wasn't successful in this flight.
All right, I've tried to press it again. I've greased off locals, and I'm headed back to Kagel Ridge. Such a strange day.
So late in the day there, and came in front of Kagel Ridge, and I took one last thermal up here to over Kagel, which I like to do to end the flight if I have it in me. Especially on a light day, it's sort of a challenge. That, and I usually head over to the abandoned KTM motorcycle that's on the front side of the mountain we call Trash. Take a look. It's, for the last many months, it's always been there, but I fly over it and see it's still there. Here's landing approach. It's still pretty turbulent, despite it being late. It was a little surprising to me. But I got one hand up, one hand down, keeping mindful of the landing zone target. VG's off, the gauges are up. I'm dealing with some light chop and turbulence. My downwind. I think I'm short enough. I'm just going to compress my base leg and just kind of go right into final. And then just try to line up and keep your body over landable terrain if you're going to find some really bad sink. Transition to the uprights. Get as upright as possible. And stop the glider. That's it. Moving my glider off the runway. Actually, I think I'm the last guy in the air today, so no one's using it. But break down in this nice grassy area in the beautiful flight park as it is now, and share stories. The end of a very good day. Very common, actually, it was a very subpar flight, but a great day.